there, welcome to I Lone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Sagittarius energy, and for this round of 12 zodiac sign readings, I am using the Zodiac 108 deck by Intuit Oracle. Thought one flip there. Anyway, we're going to get out some of these cards, get some clarifiers on it to fill out the story of what might be going on with Sagittarius energy. And we all have free will, so we're going to read it from both perspectives. There's going to be some people who will harness this energy because they've detached from the past. They've detached from past pain and heartbreak. They're no longer letting their fear, their insecurity, or their pride, or their ego run their life, and they're going to live their life authentically. They're going to live their life free. High Vibe Sagittarius is about educating yourself so that you can look at life as an adventure to be lived. And there's some people that don't see life that way. And they could be letting their fear and their insecurity and their pride or their ego or their immaturity or their selfishness or their greed or their addictions run their life, and they're imprisoned. It would be being considered that we all have layers of our worldly nature to shed. It's about seeing life from a higher perspective, and we're all at different stages of shedding those layers of our immaturity, our ego, our fear, our insecurity. And you have layers that you haven't shed that other people have shed, and you have people in your life that you've shed layers they haven't shed. You know, we're all at different places in life. And shadowy Sagittarius energy also can just be people who are more aligned with their worldly nature. We have our worldly nature. We have our dualistic nature. Some people haven't gotten out of the worldly focus. They haven't learned to make their life about loving themselves and believing in themselves and treating themselves with compassion and forgiveness, and you know that life's about learning lessons, and life's about being authentic and being bold and brave and confident. So they might make their life more about getting caught up in the things of the world: money, materialism, status, image. So it can be all those things. So you'll have to listen to your intuition about yourself and other people in your life, and I'm just going to tell you what story comes out with the cards. Let's get like one more card here, and then we'll move on. So far we have the bedroom, the fairy tale, the microphone, the rainbow in reverse, and the black widow, which says betrayal, warning, twisted, cunning, danger, things like that. So the bedroom card has been coming out a lot lately. So one way of interpreting the bedroom card, like it does say on here, you know, intimacy, love affair, leisure, rest, you know. I think for the people that are in high vibe Sagittarius energy, well, let's look at this card first. This is the reason for the reading. It could be the reason why the reading came out, and also the end conclusion of the reading. It could be things that people aren't showing people. It can also be things that people are rejecting in their life. Grapes. I think some of you, we've all dealt with pain and heartbreak in our life, right? We've all been in relationships that are disappointing, you know, because life is about coming into contact with all these different people in the world to get clear about what our truth is versus what their truth is. Are we on the same page or are we not? And I think some high vibe people, you could look at grapes as low hanging fruit. I am not going to pick the low hanging fruit. I have learned how to enjoy life, and I might not be showing people that, because some people might wonder, why aren't you taking a hold of things in life that are there for the taking? And you're like, I have a dream. And in the bedroom card, you could be maybe resting and meditating. Now it's kind of reminding me of the Virgo Hermit card of taking that time to be at peace and rest within yourself, and also to get more intimately acquainted with your own dreams in the fairy tale card. Why would I eat the low-hanging fruit and indulge myself in the low-hanging fruit of the world, which is my more immature, selfish, greedy, lustful, prideful, indulgent nature? I have a dream. And if I don't want to keep indulging my more immature, worldly nature, I need to focus on seeing life from a higher perspective. I have a dream. With the microphone card there, you could be speaking the truth or speaking to others about how maybe their dreams, with the rainbow card in reverse, got stolen away by negative energy. You know, we could have taken away our dreams and from living our life out the way we wish we would in the past because of our fears and insecurities, of our self-limiting beliefs, our codependency. You know, the grapes kind of also make me think, you know, of how we enjoy in the simple pleasures of life. And sometimes that's a lesson to be learned, that people hadn't learned how to enjoy the simple pleasures of life, be in an attitude of gratitude, of hope and faith and belief in themselves. The microphone is kind of making me think of Leo energy. Leo energy, when you love and believe in yourself and you feed yourself healthy things and you choose to sit, because we have free will to choose what thoughts and what emotions we choose to sit in every day. What do we feed ourselves? What we feed ourselves, or what we feed within us, grows bigger. The people that have learned to feed themselves kindness and compassion and love and hope, those people are ready to step into the spotlight of their own life, to be bold and brave and confident. And if there was some people in their life that they thought they were going to have a dream come into reality, they've realized and seen the truth that those people aren't good fruit. And that kind of reminds me of the fruit of the Spirit. You know the truth of who someone is based on the fruit that they bear. Are they loving? Are they patient? Are they kind? Are they self-disciplined? If they have those traits and characteristics, and it seems like they present those things authentically in the world, they bear good fruit in the world. And the people who don't are people who might be trying to steal your abundance, steal your harvest. And you've seen the truth. And if there was someone that you thought a dream could come into reality with, you're letting go of that dream because you're no longer an illusion. We either see the truth and we move forward in truth and love, and we can offer love to other people, everyone in the world. But if we're going to invest a lot of time and energy and effort in a one-on-one relationship with them, they need to be on the same page and planting the same type of seeds and reaping the same type of harvest. What are people's intentions? And you might be speaking the truth about people. You might be speaking to other people who've given up their dreams because they have let their fear, their insecurity, their ego steal from them. We have our dualistic nature. Our shadowy nature wants to run our life. It's kind of like all the potential of who we could be in the world resides within us. We are a creator. We are a manifester. Based on what our thoughts and intentions are and beliefs about ourselves is which kind of aspect of ourself runs our life. Our shadow nature is in battle with our loving, creative, inspired, intuitive nature. Our shadowy nature doesn't want us to align with our loving, hopeful, believing nature, because in our shadowy nature of selfishness and greed and impulsiveness and indulgence doesn't get to run our life because we've disciplined our more base animalistic nature to be in connection with our more divine nature. You know, we are just another creature in the world, but are we going to act like an animal in the world? Or are we going to, when our worldly nature connects in with our divine nature, our emotional, intuitive, creative nature, that's when we can make miracles happen. But which aspect of ourself takes the lead in our life? This is Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. Does our shadowy nature run our life, and our loving, hopeful, believing nature is kind of whispering in our ear? It's like, can't we go talk to them? They look nice. I think they'd be friendly. No, we could get hurt. We're not going to go talk to them. No. You know, are we going to let our more loving nature run our life and let our shadowy, fearful nature whisper in our ear saying, I don't know, I don't think we should go over there. I think they're mean. I think they could hurt us. And we're going to calm and temper our more fearful, defensive nature, you know? And we also have to acknowledge that we have this dualistic nature within us. Some people want to be in denial and just, you know, kind of like, that's not me. Oh, no, that like wasn't me, you know? Talk about some cognitive dissonance. Some other people might be rejecting the good fruit. We either see the truth that it's relationships are about love, and our life is supposed to be about us loving ourselves and treating ourselves with kindness and respect and compassion and forgiveness, and we should treat other people that way, you know, because we all like to be treated that way, you know. Some people have illusions. We either see the truth or we're living in illusion. Some people are caught up in their addictions and their lusts of the world, that they've rejected the good fruit because they've gotten caught up in fantasy land, that everything will be okay, everything will go the way they want. In shadowy Leo energy, which this microphone is reminding me of, those people might want it to be all about them. They want to be the center of attention. They want everybody to orient around them. It's all about their wants, their needs, their lusts, their greed, their pride, their ego, their emotional defensiveness. And they haven't maybe realized that aligning with that nature within themselves is going to steal their dreams from them. But we all have free will. And if we're not willing to bear good fruit, thinking, I don't have to be vulnerable, I don't have to be loving, I'm sure I'll be happy living life the way I'm living it. Well, I think the universe wants everyone to live their best life, to be willing to grow and mature themselves, to not abandon their dreams because of fear or insecurity or self-centeredness or selfishness and greed. And I think the way the world is set up is their dreams are going to be stolen from them. It's kind of like listening to the devil on our shoulder or the angel on our shoulder. And the whole point is that if we align with our more shadowy nature, people who are just and fair and balanced and loving and expect to be in balanced, reciprocal, mutually respectful relationships are going to move away from these people. You know, they have a dream, even though they might be passionate about them, even though they might have a close, intimate relationship with them. I'm going to quit eating that fruit. If that fruit doesn't seem to have hope and faith and belief, where people are being open and honest and authentic and speaking their truth, then I wish you peace, but I'm moving on. I have a dream, and I will let go of the dream I thought I was going to have come into reality with you, because if you're in shadowy energy and you don't align with love and hope and faith and belief within yourself to be open and honest and authentic and loving with others, you're just going to try to steal from me my time, my attention, my energy, my love. Try to play and manipulate me, because in our shadow energy, we're in shadowy Leo energy, you know, our pride and ego. Shadowy Sagittarius energy is I'm a player. I'm immature. I just want to come indulge in your harvest, the things that you've put work and effort into. I haven't grown my own. I haven't done the work and effort to love and believe in myself, but you're loving, you're kind. Can I come eat your fruit? Can I steal from you? I was like, that's not just and fair. So let's go get some clarifiers on it. Tell us about the bedroom card. And some people, I think the way the world is set up, the divine, I think, set this all up. And it's all for us as a soul to come inhabit these worldly bodies. We think we're so smart, that we'll remember how powerful we are. We'll remember that love is the answer. And then we come into this world and we're surrounded by the world, and the divine seems to be a distant thing, and we get all caught up in it. And then we forget who we are, that we're valuable, that we're worth loving ourselves and believing in ourselves, that other people are worth, should be treated with love and respect. And to think that we don't have to be loving and respectful and kind and considerate of others and still miraculously have everything turn out our way, I think they're going to have a surprise coming. So, in the bedroom card, how did people move forward in their life? The Six of Swords moves away from the Five of Swords. Did people move forward in truth? Did they listen to their intuition about who? The Three of Swords is Libra energy. Who is balanced between their mind and their heart? Who lives more from their mind and their heart? Who betrays other people? Who is loving and just and who isn't? And are we also going to acknowledge our own pain and heartbreak? Because if we think we can keep running away from our own past pain and heartbreak and everything will be okay, we're mistaken too. We need to see the truth about why we would reject love. Why am I defensive? Why am I fearful? Why am I insecure? Well, because we've probably dealt with some people that were kind of unjust, unfair, had their own issues. It's just everybody's where they're at. And we just have to see the truth that some people weren't able to give us the things we wish they would have given us because of their own issues and their life and where they're at. But we have to be willing to see the truth of it. There's some people who don't want to see the truth about why they don't love and trust other people. Maybe it would be people that they thought they were going to move forward with in life, and then the people they were trying to move forward with were left confused because they were heartbroken by the people they were trying to move forward with. That can be childhood, that can be friendships, it can be former relationships. Some people, though, don't want to see the truth about people in their life who maybe could have been a little unfair, a little prideful, a little egotistical, a little defensive, a little selfish, a little greedy. Some people, it would be too destabilizing for them to acknowledge the people in their life. Maybe they hold them up on a pedestal. I can't admit that I am fearful of love because of the very people who I loved hurt me or disappointed me. So now I'm confused about love. And now my ego has a lot of inner conflict about moving forward in truth and love. So I'm going to keep taking action in my life not to move forward in truth and love and take bold, creative, inspired action, listening to my intuition. My ego stops me from doing that. So I'm going to keep repeating patterns of the past where I keep being in denial of the truth. I keep not listening to my intuition about seeing the truth about my own past pain and heartbreak, and they think they can avoid it. But the thing is, it's going to keep happening over and over and over until the divine doesn't want us to be in illusion. The divine wants us to see the truth. That some people in our life hurt us. But we can offer love and compassion to people in our past who hurt us so that we can move forward in our life. I accept they are where they're at. I accept that they were bossy or controlling, or they were kind of selfish, or they were kind of greedy, or whatever, or manipulative. Something got some people We either see the truth, or in our pride and ego and emotional defensiveness, we decide we're not doing love. We get hurt doing that. So I'm going to be defensive to love. I'm going to make relationships just about me indulging in them. Some people can be in denial of the truth that they hurt other people because they're defensive of taking bold creative action in their own life. And if they get in relationships with people who have listened to their intuition, who have healed from their past pain and heartbreak, they gave themselves the things that they wish other people in their past had given them. I'm going to treat myself with love and kindness and encouragement and respect every day. I'm going to be my own best mother, father, coach, voice in my own head. I'm going to heal from the past because I don't want to keep being drawn to getting into relationships with people like that, trying to make them love me. I'm going to love me. And then if people who haven't dealt with their own pain and heartbreak get in relationships with people who are bold and brave and confident, who have healed, who are moving forward, that can kind of kick up their competitive nature or their prideful nature, cause them a lot of inner conflict. And how do we deal with our inner conflict and our mental conflict? The Five of Wands is inner conflict. The Five of Swords is mental conflict. How do we deal with it when we have mental conflict? Do we listen to our intuition? That maybe we feel sad and that's why there's some unhealed wounds that we haven't healed from? Do we take the time to meditate on the truth, to get to a place of peace and healing so that we can move forward in our life? So we can take creative, inspired action, listening to our intuition, so our foundation can move forward and move forward with the people we're in relationship with? Or do we decide, because something is causing us mental conflict or inner conflict, it's kind of triggering us, I'm going to be in denial that I have past pain and heartbreak to deal with. I'm going to, instead of moving forward with those people, no, I don't even want to be in a relationship with them. I'm going to go make an offer to someone else, maybe some of the people who hurt me before, or people who are like the people who hurt me before, because I know how to deal with those type of people, and we all like to stay in our comfort zone. And if we're used to being in relationships with people who are disrespectful to us or have addictions or are whatever, manipulative, whatever, I have mental conflict about moving forward in truth and love, because I'd have to see the truth about some people in my past who made me fearful of trusting other people. And they think in their wisdom, kind of like the devil, I know better. I'm going to do this and this and this. I don't have to deal with my pain and heartbreak. I don't have to see the truth. I can just go indulge myself, maybe in a relationship with someone else who's heartbroken. I'm not moving forward. I'm not taking creative, inspired action in my life. And if you knew some people like that in your life, or people who don't want to see the truth, aren't putting in work to heal themselves, to believe in themselves, you're trying to encourage them to move forward. You are being strong and brave. You are willing to face the future, even though it's uncertain, even though it causes you inner conflict and some mental conflict. You are willing to be bold and brave to do it, but there's some other people, and everybody's got their own battle and struggle. We all got this spiritual battle going on within each one of us. We can't make other people love themselves. All we can do is offer them encouragement, but I'm not going to keep staying in a relationship with people who are in denial that because they don't deal with their pain and heartbreak, they end up betraying me. They could distance themselves from me. They could be competitive. They could be manipulative. And I deserve to move forward in truth and love in my life. And if you're not on board with truth and love, I wish you peace. But I'm moving forward, and I'm going to face my own fears and insecurities and trust in my intuition to guide me forward. And some other people might be watching you move forward. And if they're not willing to do that same work to move forward in truth, they are going to keep repeating and being more inspired by their past pain and heartbreak and denial of the truth than they are inspired with dealing with their inner conflict about the truth. And they're going to go repeat some life patterns. And they might think that some people get triggered into their competitive energy when other people are doing and being what they wish they would do and be. But instead of doing the work, they want to make it look like they're moving forward just like other people are moving forward in the world. But they're doing it from a competitive nature, not like a loving nature. And they could even be offering to get in relationships with some other people. For some of them, maybe a Libra, or just someone who they feel lives more from their mind than their heart, or someone who's heartbroken. And they're going to try to emotionally manipulate that person because they want to look like they're moving forward, because they're mad that other people were bold and brave and confident within themselves to heal and move forward in truth and love, and they weren't. But they want to look like they're moving forward too. But the reason they're taking the actions that they're taking isn't because of love. It's because of inner conflict about the truth. So they're getting into relationships and taking action in their life for reasons other than love. And it might be someone, they could have a new, again, shadowy Sagittarius energy is, I don't want to have to grow up. I just want to indulge myself in relationships. I just want to indulge myself in the world. I don't want to see that I might hurt people. I don't want to see that I don't trust people, that I operate from a foundation of heartbreak. And if there's someone else they can go indulge in, and maybe part of the indulging is just living more from their mind and their heart. I'm not doing love. I'm going to have an intimate connection with my mind. I'm going to be logical and practical. Love isn't logical and practical. I'm not doing that. Tell us about the fairy tale. The Queen of Wands can also represent the other man, other woman. And so I think if we want to have our dreams come into reality, we need to align with our more loving, hopeful, believing nature, kind of like aligning with love. Other people are aligning with their more shadowy, fearful, insecure, egoic, worldly nature, and that is the other woman, because the feminines in tarot talk about our inner emotional state. We have free will. Which one internally are we going to align with? Our karmic, shadowy nature, like the devil whispering on our shoulder, or our loving, intuitive, hopeful, believing nature? So if you ever listen to tarot readings and people are talking about, oh my gosh, the karmic hates you and blah, blah, blah. It could be that the person that someone you know is in a relationship with doesn't like you. But the main person that's talking about, if you know some people that are manipulative and competitive and, I don't know, fearful or insecure or selfish and greedy, it's their inner emotional state. This is how I interpret it. The fairy tale. People tried to move forward with a dream and it came to a painful ending. And I think the people who keep moving forward in illusion, they're also going to keep experiencing painful endings, because if we're not building our life and our relationships on love, it's gonna be painful. And the people who have seen the truth, they've dealt with their past pain and heartbreak, they are taking inspired action to listen to their intuition, to be bold and brave and confident. Those people could be communicating, even just by their actions and moving forward, that this is over. I've put an end to this. If I did have illusions about who you were or how you would conduct yourself in the world, or, whatever, I am in no more illusions about you. I've seen the truth. Because people who value and are inspired by truthful, honest, deeply emotional relationships, those people would have put in the work and effort to move forward with you. Instead, they could have tried to cause you inner conflict and mental conflict to make you keep investing in them. You're bold and brave and creative, and they could have tried to stop you from believing in yourself, stop you from moving forward. Again, some people will try to manipulate you from being bold and brave and creative in your life because they want to maybe be in a relationship with you, but they want you to do it the way they want you to do it, not where they have to be authentic and bold and loving and vulnerable. They want you to keep indulging them in a relationship. And if you're not willing to do the relationship the way they want it done, well, then sometimes they'll go take action, maybe to even have a new intimate beginning with someone else in order to break your heart. And while they're doing that relationship, they're keeping their eye on you. Is this causing you inner conflict yet? Are you stopping? Are you going to put an end to your dreams? Are you going to communicate with me that you've put an end to your dreams, that you're going to come back and offer me a new beginning? Well, that's people who are trying to manipulate and control you, and that's not loving. And you saw the truth, and you said, no, I am not coming back to somebody who had the free will choice to be open and honest and loving and vulnerable, who chose to backstab and betray me to try to manipulate and control me. I am going with the flow of the universe. When the universe shows me the truth, I don't stay in fantasy land about people. I see the truth. I listen to my intuition. If my intuition tells me in my Sagittarius energy of Eight of Wands energy that I need to take creative inspired action about the fact that people are backstabbing in me and betraying me, I need to educate myself so that I see the truth that people are not choosing love. And I need to put an end to it because those people are trying to stop me from moving forward and growing and maturing myself because they don't grow and mature themselves. The other people are under the illusion that they could backstab and betray you and things would still go in their favor. They might be kind of full of themselves, and we either see the truth again or we're kind of living in fantasy land and our perception is clouded. Some people could be very self-centered and egotistical, and they think things are going to go their way anyway. That it's all about their wants, their needs, their lusts, their greed, their pride, their ego, male or female. And they can backstab and betray. Things will still go in their favor. They might be people who think they're in the spotlight. And maybe because they're in the spotlight, or, what you could look at the spotlight as people who seem very successful in the world, have status or image or wealth. And I think we've seen enough things in the newspaper lately about some people who thought they could get away with all sorts of shit in the world because they had power and money and status. And I think a lot of those people are going to jail for life. So, let's go. What's the microphone card about? There's some people right now who are repeating a pattern of the past. They are making offers to other people in the world who might be heartbroken. It's like, oh, are you heartbroken? Let's get in a relationship. You're my kind of person. It'll be perfect. Let's keep moving forward. I can keep living more from my mind than my heart. I can keep this illusion going that I'm this really successful person in the world. Let's come together in a relationship, maybe even a marriage. Won't that be great? Oh my God, will be so much. People will be looking up to me and admiring me because I'm so successful. But are they really? If you haven't learned to overcome your immature, indulgent, selfish, greedy, materialistic, prideful, egotistical nature, some people might not realize they're in hell, but they are. And if you know some people like that, you might be speaking the truth about people who are like that. You might be speaking the truth about a foundation that you moved away from. That could be a friend group, a relationship, a foundation, a family, a workplace. The Four of Wands can be people that you came together with in some sort of foundation. And you're putting an end. Some people have been a mouthpiece for a foundation. If any of those people were letting other people that they had a close, intimate relationship, doesn't have to be sexual, it can just be friends and family. If they had people in their life, they wanted to move forward in their life, and they had people in their life, or some of them, it could be someone who harnesses shadowy Leo energy. They're kind of controlling, manipulative, bossy, competitive. They could have had people in their world that were trying to stop them from moving forward to bring their dreams into reality, because maybe the people that they've been aligned with are people who move forward in illusion, living more for the mind from their heart, thinking everything will be okay, get in relationships with people that are more of an illusion, but it has good status and image or whatever. And those people all move forward in like pride and ego and blah, blah, blah. If some people have felt held back by people like that in their life, some of those people are not going to keep moving forward with this illusion, and they're going to go with the flow, because some people have come from friend groups and work groups and family groups and community groups where nobody is bold and brave and confident. Everybody does the status quo, or what they think is the status quo. Everybody does all this conforming, and these are all the unspoken rules that we all have to abide by. You must conform. You know, some people are like, I'm going to speak the truth about how that foundation I was aligned with was for a wand, shadowy Aries energy. Can be people who are kind of bossy and controlling. And some people are like, I'm speaking the truth about that. They had me up in a minute. They had me confused. They had me fearful of that I would get hurt if I moved forward. They kept encouraging me to keep doing life as I had done it, not to be bold and brave and confident in my life, not to move away from that town or go off to college or to go get that dream job or really authentically live my life. Why? Because they wanted me to keep aligning with them. I had other people in my life that I could have, that were loving and encouraging and supportive of me, but because they're very competitive, they didn't want me to choose the loving, hopeful, believing people in my life. Some people are putting an end to moving forward under other people's illusion. And they're realizing life is about going with the flow, that people are meant to change and grow and mature themselves. And some of those people will be speaking the truth, just like you're speaking the truth. They've overcome, the Six of Wands overcomes the Five of Wands. The people that have overcome their own fears and insecurities and ego and emotional defensiveness. See, because when we're in that energy, it opens the door for other people to come in our life and play on our fear, our insecurities, our codependencies, our lust, our greed, or whatever, for their own selfish, prideful, competitive reasons. Some people who, the divine wants people to see the truth and to move away from people like that. And it starts with us listening to our intuition about our own pain and heartbreak that would allow us to stay in relationship dynamics like that. That it starts within ourselves, starting to listen to our intuition and being bold and brave and creative, and to take action about our own inner conflict, our own fearful or competitive or worldly nature, so that we can see the truth and move forward in our life. The Six of Wands moves away from troubled thoughts and emotions to expanding their perception of themselves and the world around them and moving to calmer thoughts and emotions. And maybe it's their Sagittarius energy within them, because we all harness all the traits and characteristics of all the zodiac signs. We are a universe within ourselves. I kind of like to think of that tree picture there as like all the traits and characteristics of the zodiac sign on the outside. And if we listen to our intuition, and then it looks like two trees intertwined, and that would be our dualistic nature, that then we can have a very strong foundation, because we're not in denial that we all got some of our worldly nature. We all kind of got our pride and our ego and want things our way, and we've all got some fears and insecurities. But if we listen to our intuition, and the middle part kind of looks like hugging the moon, if we listen to our intuition, which is a gift from the divine, that we are meant to love ourselves and nurture ourselves so that our worldly nature can evolve and grow into our divine nature, then we can tap into all the different resources of all the good traits and characteristics of all the zodiac signs, traits and characteristics that are available to us. Some people's Sagittarius energies have a dream, and they're going to put an end to maybe moving forward being a mouthpiece for a foundation, and they're going to distance themselves from it. And if those other people want to keep promoting their prideful, egotistical, or selfish, or greedy, or whatever competitive way of being, so be it. Other people are distancing themselves from it. And they're no longer aligning with the Black Widow, which kind of reminds me of the Death card, which can be in tarot is Scorpio energy. People who harness shadowy Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is about the deepest emotions we have. Being willing to explore the highs and lows of life emotionally. Some people could have grown up in families or friendship groups or communities or whatever, where people keep all their emotions buried beneath the surface. They live emotionally shallow lives. And that's why some people have people in their life who don't like them moving forward with loving, creative people. Because then they're really going to go live an authentic life, and these other people are back here living a life of illusion and pretense and image and status, being emotionally shallow. So if you were one of those people that was in a relationship with someone who is like that and is choosing to keep investing in people like that, it's like, peace be with you. You know, you got free will. If those are the people you want to align with, just like you want to choose to align with your more fearful or defensive or prideful or egotistical way of living, you got free will. That's not for me. I wish you peace. I'm moving on. Tell us about the dream letting go. Yeah, the devil's way up in their head and in regret because you turned your back to them. You've turned your back to your own shadowy nature that wanted you to be in regret, wanted you to be sad, wanted you to give up on your dreams and let your fear and your insecurity and your pride and ego keep you in misery. And then there was people in your life who want you to feel that way too, because they've given up on their dreams. They let the world and their fear and their insecurity and all those things steal their joy and happiness. And you're like, not today, Satan. I'm not going to listen to my fear and my ego and my whatever whisper in my ear. I'm going to tell it, I have emotionally detached from you. This also, the death card, Scorpio energy. I can have deep emotions and affection for people, but if those people are being toxic, selfish, bossy, controlling, manipulative, and all it does is cause me stress and regret, that's not love. And I am emotionally detaching from you, and I'm headed towards love. And I'm going to align with love within myself and being balance within myself, taking the reins of my dualistic nature so I don't get tipped out of balance, so I'm not enabling people that are in acting poorly in the world, unloving, selfish, greedy, self-centered, whatever. From a foundation of love is how I can overcome my own shadow nature and how I can overcome other people in my life. It's love that sets us free. And I'm listening to my intuition to guide me to get the justice I deserve. And the kings in tarot can talk about taking action in the world. And a King of Swords energy to get the justice and fairness and balance you deserve in your life. That means you need to speak your truth. And you need to cut certain things and ways of thinking and believing and perceiving about yourself out if those things aren't aligned with love and loving yourself and being kind and compassionate and forgiving to yourself, then those things need to go. And you make those things go away by offering love to them. All your fears, your insecurities, your whatever, And other people in your life, again, only love heals. Doesn't mean you're going to have an intimate relationship with someone. I'm going to treat you with respect and kindness as long as when we're out, if you choose to be unkind, unloving, rude, whatever, I'm going to distance myself from you. I will move away from you. I don't have to be called out of my name, out of my nature. I don't want to get down in the pig pen with you. I don't want to fight and battle with you. If you want to fight and battle, you're going to have to go find someone else. I will emotionally detach from you and keep moving forward, listening to my intuition in love and truth. If you don't want to listen to your intuition and move forward in love and truth, I wish you peace. I do not choose to be in an energy of anger and bitterness and blah, 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 blah. If that's what you want to do, knock yourself out. And then the grapes, you're no longer letting people who try to manipulate you. Because again, when people are in a relationship with you, they have the free will choice to be open and honest and loving and authentic and bold and brave and confident. Or they can choose to try to manipulate you and control you and cause you a lot of fear and insecurity and cause you a lot of pain and heartbreak and hoping that you'll lose belief in yourself and you won't feed yourself love and kindness and encouragement. And it's like, you know what? If you're not going to give it to me, I wish you would have, but I can give it to myself. That's not being codependent on other people. And if there are some people in the world, there could be some people right now that see you moving forward. They could have went and indulged themselves. Maybe they knew someone who is heartbroken. And it's like, oh, can I go emotionally indulge myself in a relationship with you? It might cause some fighting and arguing, but I don't know. I'm kind of full of myself. I think when I'm done here, maybe I can just move forward. And then I'll go communicate. The Eight of Wands can talk about communication. I'll go communicate to the person who I really want my hopes and dreams to come into maybe reality with, or I have a fantasy about, then I can just backstab them and then I can communicate to them and tell them, oh, I'm done indulging in that other person. Now I want to come move forward with you. And you'll be like, I have moved on from your prideful, egotistical, selfish, greedy, blah, blah, blah ass. The Four of Wands comes after the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands was someone was waiting for a dream to come into reality. When someone in your life decided to repeat some poor past patterns of the past or ways of conducting themselves, you took that creative, inspired action about your own inner conflict and any pride and ego it might have kicked up within you. And from the Five of Wands to the Eight of Wands, you took back that dream. I'm no longer waiting for this dream to come into reality with you. I've seen the truth. The Six of Swords moves away from the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can be people who are full of themselves. They're self-centered. And it can also be people who want to win at all costs and they don't care who gets hurt. Someone could have wanted to have a sexual conquest with someone. And if they knew someone had went through something that they were heartbroken about, oh, this is a perfect time for me to go have a sexual conquest with that person. Maybe this relationship will work out. And I don't know, I don't know if I want to put in the work and effort to move forward in truth and honesty. I know it's going to cause some conflict and fighting with the people I thought I was going to move forward with, but I'm going to backstab and betray them. I think things will go my way anyway. And if it doesn't work out and my fantasy comes to an end, well, then I'll just go communicate to the person that I had been in a relationship with that I want to have a victory with them again. And you're like, not today, Satan. I let go of that dream. Oh, I didn't get a bottom underlying card for this of why this came out, but when someone was being unloving, it did really get you up in your head. And it did cause you a lot of heartache. But the Five of Cups, people who harness high vibe energy, instead of continuing to stay focused on the past and relationships that didn't work out, they live in the present moment. I'm going to do today what brings me joy and peace and happiness. I'm going to invest in people in my life that are loving and kind and respectful. I'm not going to give my attention to people who are so up in their head about love that it keeps them in toxic energy. I am going to take that creative, inspired action to move forward in love and listen to my intuition about maybe people who live more from their mind than their heart, who in their Libra energy, regardless of what zodiac sign they were born under, think it's just and fair to emotionally manipulate people. Some people, that's how they live their life. There could be someone right now who is putting an end to growing and maturing themselves and overcoming their more worldly nature and ego nature, and they're going to keep moving forward in it because they're aligned with the world and maybe fear and insecurity, too afraid of moving forward in a relationship based on love. They could get hurt doing that. So I'm going to move forward in relationships where it's more about me indulging myself in a relationship. And at least then, if it doesn't work out, I won't be left in regret, but I'll be in my head the whole time that I let people I could have had a loving relationship with go because I'm so afraid of being hurt. And those people have decided to live more from their mind than their heart, that they're going to use their emotions manipulatively in a relationship in order to get their dreams to come into reality. They are not willing to move forward in an emotionally balanced, loving way, listening to their intuition and being just and fair and balanced. They reject that nature within themselves. They don't want to maybe speak the truth. They don't want to do the work it takes emotionally to offset all their fears and insecurities. And if they know people in their life who did do that work, I reject you. I am putting an end to being in a relationship with people like you. That either takes too much work and effort, or that is not my philosophy of life. Some people, their philosophy of life is money, materialism, status, and image, just indulging themselves. And if there's someone else they can get in a relationship with, where they can keep their emotions hidden beneath the surface, where they can be the emotionally shallow person that they maybe like being. Shadowy Scorpio is people also who think life's just about death, sex, and taxes. There is no higher purpose to being on this planet. You people who think there's something more, they could think you're in La La Land. And if they know there's someone else that they can get in a relationship with, the Chariot card talks also about being victorious. Some people, it's all about looking like they're the winner. They want to win at all costs. They don't care who gets hurt. They want to look like they're successful. And if they got in relationships with people who wanted them to grow and mature and heal from their past pain and heartbreak, it's like, I'll go find someone else to get in a relationship with. I don't want to do any of that. If I can move forward with someone else and I look successful, I'll just hide from them that I think it's just and fair to emotionally manipulate people to get what I want. I'll hide the fact that maybe I'm bossy and controlling, and I think I am the highest authority in the land. There is no higher truth or justice to aspire to than what I say. And if you get in a relationship with someone like that and you think there is a higher truth and justice that people should aspire to in a relationship, they'll end a relationship with you. Who the hell do you think you are? They are like God. You should do what they say is just and fair and right. You should abide by the rules that they live their life by. And if you're going to be bold and brave and confident and look at life as an adventure to live, that is not practical and logical. I'm going to go find people who are on the same page as me. And the whole thing is, that's fine. Everybody's, you want to move forward with people who harness these energies in a shadowy way. You want, the Three of Cups is Cancer energy. The people in shadow use their emotions manipulatively in relationships. They present themselves as being bold and brave and balanced and just and fair and loving, but it's all just an illusion. If anybody wants them to maybe overcome their self-centeredness or their ego or their fear, no. You've seen through the illusion. I have to get rid of you. I am all these things in the world. And if anybody tries to say that I'm not those things in the world, that I really betray people and manipulate people and I don't want to see the truth of it, or I'm kind of selfish and greedy or whatever, or I'm fearful and insecure or whatever, I'll go find someone else who views me as being stable and just and fair. But it's just going to be another repeat of the same pattern. They're either going to get in a relationship with someone who's just like themselves, who's also emotionally shallow, who's in turn manipulating them because they want to look like they're the winner or they're victorious, and both of them are hiding that they're emotionally defensive, that they're both manipulating each other. But if it gives them the status and image they want, they might both stay in it. But you want to be in relationships with people who build a foundation on love, people who haven't given up on their dreams, people who have detached from old ways of being and old ways of viewing the world, and maybe, that it should be all about them and their wants and their needs and their lusts and their greed. And also let go of past dreams that they thought they were going to have with other people in their life. They are willing to move forward, listening to their intuition, wanting the justice they deserve in life. And true justice comes from loving yourself and being in loving, truthful, honest, balanced relationships. I think some people who had lessons to learn, they are going to be, because that's the things that we learn in life, right? When we haven't learned to love ourselves, when we think, no, I don't got to love myself, I'm just going to go indulge in these things in the world, it'll all be better. I'm sure I'll find someone to love me, and then I don't have to learn to love myself. I can keep being fearful and insecure. I can keep nursing my past pain and heartbreak. I'm sure it'll all be fine. It's like, no, it won't. If you're not loving yourself, and you're so fearful and afraid of being left in regret, or you're so stressed out because of other people who caused you pain and heartbreak in the past, you kind of sabotage relationships. Or you become extremely codependent because you're so afraid of somebody leaving you, and you'll be sad again because you haven't learned to fill your own cup and love yourself and believe in yourself. And it takes a lot of work. It is very, very hard. If any of you out there have kind of, I'm almost 60, so I got some headway on some of you. Not like, I was a slow learner, so. But you kind of think those other things or other people are supposed to be the ones to make you happy. And, I think it's the biggest lesson in life that we can learn is to learn to love ourselves. What's some advice for the people trying to detach from an old dream to have hope and faith and belief in themselves? Judgment. Because of the Hermit in reverse. You have done the work and insight within yourself. You have gained the clarity. The trial's over. If there was someone in your life, shadowy Virgo energy is people who go within and they never come back out again. It's like, no, my wise self went inside. I'm going to go be a player in the world. I'm going to go indulge myself in the world to feel better. I am not going to go within to gain insight and wisdom. Well, you're calling judgment on those people. It's like, if you want to live in the dark, if you want to live in illusion, if you want to make your life about giving up on your dreams and making it all about indulging yourself in hopes it'll make you feel better, or hoping it'll make other people sad, well, what are we manifesting our life on? To manifest and do things? Well, the thing is, we either empower ourselves or we try to feel powerful by how the impact and effect that we have on other people. Some people were in their ego, and because they were, our shadowy energy can be being jealous and competitive and envious, but if we're not willing to do the work, well, then we didn't empower ourselves. And a way to feel empowered, I'm going to give a lot of thought to not letting those other people's dream come into reality with me, and I hope they're going to be in regret. That makes them feel powerful. And it's like, I hope it worked for you, because I'm moving on in love. And if you want to keep being in denial of the truth and not see that maybe you're very petty or jealous or competitive or prideful or egotistical and hurtful to other people, well, I think you're sadly going to have a miserable life. And that's sad. We need less miserable people in the world. So I wish you peace. I'm not getting in the pig pen with you. I'll treat you with kindness and respect when I see you out in the world, because only love heals. But I'm not going to be getting in any more of an intimate relationship with you. I have learned my lesson, Satan. So there you go, Sagittarius energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.